Right, 24 February 2025, and today is another Monday on which we're going to be going through a number of trending stories. So in the mornings, I go through trending stories, and these days, because I come 2 times, I try to go as fast as possible so that the women don't hate me. So many guys have been calling me to say their wives are complaining, Kuti, when we do these 2 sessions, they don't get their time. So let's quickly go through what is happening. Today is a very important day, and we're going through the removal of Mnangagwa. So Mnangagwa is going to be out of office very, very soon. You're going to see Mnangagwa leaving office. So the things that are happening now are very important, and I want to take you through so that we don't miss out on all these things that are happening as they take place. It's very important for us to go step by step and document what's happening. And today I want to start by a trip that is going to take place today between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. So Mnangagwa and Chiwenga are traveling together today. They're traveling to Beitbridge for the opening of a factory or a plant. So that is Mnangagwa and Chiwenga going over there. This morning, you're going to see Mnangagwa arriving with Chiwenga, and the place is going to be a steel and chrome manufacturing and coal manufacturing plant at Beitbridge. It's part of the special economic zone by a Chinese company called Xintai, and it's called, the special economic zone is called Palm River Energy Industrial Park. So this is what they're going to be opening today. This was the plant, the way it looked like in October, and this is what it looked like now. So this plant has gone through quite a lot of development, and it's also going to be producing energy for the plant, self-sustaining through coal, and the coal is coming from a place called Tuli coal mine. So that is in Beitbridge, and it's about 20 kilometers from Beitbridge. The biggest problem now for Mnangagwa is security. Mnangagwa is not sure of what is going on. He is back to those days of uncertainty. Is he going to be safe traveling? What are we going to see today? So today, watch very closely what happens, because Mnangagwa is refusing to step down. And he was told that if he does not step down peacefully, something is going to happen. So we are now in a period where Mnangagwa is going to have very high security, but the threats on Mnangagwa are also very, very high. So whatever happens now, it's something to watch. We are going to have to watch very carefully what takes place in Beitbridge today. Threats were already issued against Mnangagwa more than a month ago, and I played for you those threats that were issued against Mnangagwa, that if he comes to Beitbridge, something is going to happen. And what I will do is I will look for that video again later on to show you what has happened. People have said, some people in Beitbridge, especially the war veterans, have said Mnangagwa should not come to Beitbridge, because if he comes, something will happen. And so we are going to watch very carefully if anything happens today at Beitbridge. And as I said, Mnangagwa is traveling with Chiwenga. We're also going to watch what Chiwenga says, what Mnangagwa says. Very important event and very important day today. However, I see that the presence of Chiwenga there is going to sort of like help issues. I expect a lot of military presence in this area, because the military is starting to come out a lot. So I expect a lot of military presence in Beitbridge today. I expect a lot of military presence on the road. And I don't know if he's going to fly over there or if he's going to use the road. I wish Mnangagwa would use the road from Masvingo to Beitbridge, and he would understand. That road is one of the worst roads now. Many people have died on that road, and the construction that is taking place, the first 100 kilometers from Beitbridge, is a total mess. That road is very, very bad. So let's see what happens to Mnangagwa today as he travels to Beitbridge amid the threats that have been issued that if he comes to Beitbridge, something is going to happen. So already threats were issued a month ago that if Mnangagwa comes to Beitbridge, something will happen. So let's watch and see an important day and an important event, also given the current situation where Mnangagwa has been told to leave and the military has also told Mnangagwa that he must leave. So amazing moment in history that we're watching today. And I hope that I don't have to show up today. If you see my face in the afternoon today, something would have happened. That is what normally happens. During the day, I do other things. So if you see my face during the day, you know that something big has happened. Now let's go to some stories very quickly. I'm not going to take long today. There is a man that murdered 3 people in Hurungwe this week. His name is Trymore Tore. He murdered his wife, 21-year-old, his 21-year-old wife. Then he murdered a young woman that had came to watch videos or TV at his house. And then he murdered his 53-year-old uncle. And I told you about it earlier this week. At the time, the police had said that Tore was arrested. However, it appears as if Tore has escaped police custody. He's now on the run. So if you're in Zimbabwe, be keep on the lookout for this man. This man is a murderer. He has killed 3 people and ran away from the police. And especially if in the areas around Hurungwe, Chief Chundu area, that is where this man has killed all those people and ran away. So be very careful and be careful that you don't deal with this character. The police in Zimbabwe have failed to restrain him. He ran away after they found him, and he's not appearing in court like I had said before. Then there is a big event taking place in Zimbabwe today. It's called the Africa Twins Association. The Africa Twins Association event is taking place in Zimbabwe, and more than 3,000 twins are attending that event according to state press. And the presidents of the association is Wellington Mbiwa and Washington Mbiwa. So you're going to see a whole bunch of twins from twins. If what happens there is not controlled, you are going to see twins of twins appearing here from this event in Zimbabwe. And you know who are the biggest twins in Zimbabwe? Those are the patrons of this association. Mnangagwa's twins are the patrons of this twins association. And they're actually building a head office for the Twins of Africa in Zambia. The reason why twins are so important, in my family, we've got twins everywhere. So like twins after twins. The reason why twins are important is because in the past, it was not allowed to have twins in Africa. If you had twins, they would have to take one of them and kill him or kill her. If it was the girl, they'll kill the girl. That is how they used to do it in Africa. It was an abomination to have twins. So that is why twins are important, and that is why they're having twins, this Twins Association in Africa, in Zimbabwe. Then let's look at some international news. In South Africa, the South African government is failing to repatriate or to get back 200 injured soldiers from DRC. I explained to you in the past that 200 South African soldiers in the DRC were injured, including 2 girls who were fallen pregnant, 2 soldiers who were fallen pregnant. Obviously, if you send girls to war, they'll get pregnant. So they've gotten pregnant and they're trying to send them to South Africa. That's not working out. And sometime this week, we're going to hear an answer on whether it's going to happen or not. But the girls are over there. Then, obviously, the trending story is Master KG and Faith Nketsi. These 2 have been filmed together in some resort overseas. So this is trending in South Africa. I think she's one of the most wanted girls in South Africa. And Master KG, the most popular person of the Jerusalem song. So he's moving from Makadzi to Faith Nketsi. That is him. And then obviously, Auxiliary Mnangagwa is still in Australia with Dr. Andrew Mataruse over here. And I don't know what she's still doing over there because nothing's happening. No one has signed anything with Auxiliary Mnangagwa. She's just wandering around from one place to another. And she just have to come home. No one is going to give anything to someone on sanctions. Auxiliary Mnangagwa is under US sanctions. So she's getting nothing over there. She's just wasting her time. Then Nelson Chamisa has spoken after the dossier that I read yesterday. He says, when they can't control you or manipulate you, they start to lie about you. Keep strong. Stay pure and incorruptible. Blessed Sunday. So as I said to you, I don't believe that Chamisa has received a house or 2 houses. I don't believe that he's got, I don't know, Ostalos has received a GD6 and a house in Santon so that they can solve the struggle. But that is what the dossier says. So I'm saying to you, that is what Nelson Chamisa said in the response to that dossier yesterday, which we read. I don't believe all these stories about Nelson Chamisa selling out. I don't think it's possible for Chamisa to sell out. And then obviously, we have the big fight between Bishop Nyamakanga and the military guys. I invited Bishop Nyamakanga here. So let me see if he's seen my message. Bishop Nyamakanga has made a video accusing the military spokesman, Nyokai Mabunu, of speaking for himself. So that is Nyokai Mabunu over there. Nyokai Mabunu is the one that is speaking on behalf of the war veterans. He's also obviously speaking on behalf of the military before the military comes out themselves. He's also the one that is every day giving updates on what is happening and when the demonstration against Mnangagwa is going to take place. And he has been very consistent. So I know most of you have not seen Nyokai Mabunu speaking. That's him over there. And this is him speaking.
Right. Kanjani mukasema comrades. Zita rangu ndonzi comrade Nyokai Mabunu mangwanana anoitirwa zvakanaka nashe.
All right. So that's Nyokai Mabunu. If you have not heard Nyokai Mabunu speaking or seen him, that is Nyokai Mabunu. He is the man that speaks on behalf of the military. And Bishop Nyamakanga says he doesn't believe Nyokai Mabunu is speaking on behalf of the war veterans and on behalf of the military. And Nyokai Mabunu has responded very angrily to that. And he says Bishop Nyamakanga has been given 15,000 chickens by Mnangagwa when he was in jail. So when he came out, he now started speaking against everyone because of these chickens. So I'm trying to find the audio and see if I can play it. Let me see if I can find it.
Right. My comrades kanjani maskira say Zimbabwe. Manerano datindi ambiri we anosviti Bishop Nyamakanga. Mutengesi uyo. Nyamakanga ndinoziva nezvake. Nyamakanga mutengesi. Anga ari part of the guys yakanga dzaronga demonstration in September last year against nyaya dzine chekuita neSADC. Saka pamboitwa zvakanga zvaitwa nezvakanzi chimbomirai. Zvanzi chimbomirai kudaro uye ndobva abva azodzokera kumba aenda iko kunhu kwakunobatwa. Aenda kunobatwa aiswa kuchikuru kwakutengwa ikoko nehuku. Chifunge kutengesa struggle nekuda kwohuku. Abva apiwa huku naED apiwa 15,000 huku dzaakapiwa kwakudzichengeta kuota forest kumba kwake. Apo huku twake toto ndozvasaka izvino asisina divi akutamba politics the double standard. Andimazvoona. Saka iwewe Nyamakanga nyaya dzako dzauri kutaura uchiti Nyokai Mabunu hapana munhu akambogesa hana mbobvira asiya spokesperson what. We are playing with fire. Ndikandikutaurire. You are small boy. Andikunzwa. Ndikandinatsokubudira pachena you are small boy. Andikuverenge pauri pa ndakadhira newe. Mangwana chacho ndadazodhira newe. Ndopedza newe kusati ravira. Zambobva zvako kana kutrya isa kuti imwe video uone zvandiri kuita. Isa kuti imwe video Nyamakanga ndiri kubhejera kudai kana uri murume isa kuti imwe video.
Nyokai Mabunu Nyongani Mabhunu is crazy. That man is amazing. Like, I've never seen anyone who issues threats like Nyongani Mabhunu. Nyongani Mabhunu can threaten you until you die before you're touched. That is the man we are dealing with. Mnangagwa is in a lot of trouble because when the ZANU-PF guys realize how bad Mnangagwa's rule is, it's over. And nothing is going to change for Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is going to run. Wikino is going to run. Wikino especially. I want this man to run a lot. Tabure is going to run very hard. This man has got no business acumen. He just lives on tenders. So these are the two first people to run. When you see those people running, Mnangagwa is going to run next. That is what is going to happen. Before I go, let's do some entertainment and business stories. Ken Sharp is doing very well. He is doing a lot of construction projects in Harare. And yesterday he's done another launch. So what I think is most people don't understand, business must always happen. Even when there's a lot of instability, business must happen. And you get the most opportunities when things are not yet stable. When Zimbabwe is stable and everything's fine, if you try to go into Zimbabwe, you won't be able to do anything. That's why we are starting business in Zimbabwe. And that's why I encourage you guys to invest in Zimbabwe right now. As Zimbabweans, foreigners are not coming now. They will come immediately after Mnangagwa falls. You see people coming with $1 billion, with $2 billion, and Harare will become a different city in a short space of time. So that is why guys like Ken Sharp are producing this kind of constructions. In South Africa, this is done by the Chinese. And the Chinese build hundreds of these a month. They just come there and they build like blocks and blocks all over the country. They've just stopped now because the currency is so weak. So that is Ken Sharp. And then obviously in entertainment, we have a story of a Harare man, Tinashe Chiangwa. Tinashe Chiangwa has beaten up his mother-in-law, Elita Mpofu, and you can check out this story in the H Metro newspaper, one of my favorite newspapers, H Metro newspapers. You can go and check out Elita Mpofu was beaten up by her son-in-law, Tinashe Chiangwa, after her daughter received flowers and chocolates on Valentine's Day from another man. Tinashe Chiangwa is married to the daughter of Elita Mpofu, and she tried to explain that when another man gives your wife flowers and chocolates, it's not a problem. And that brought a lot of anger on Tinashe Chiangwa. And he says, he told the court that he was unhappy because his mother-in-law allows other men to visit his wife. So guys, is it allowed to give another man's wife flowers? And she accepts them and the mother-in-law accepts them. What does it mean? Right, I think I've covered everything here. Let's go to the comments before I go. Gambakwe, are you in Zimbabwe? No, Mkoma Muchene, I'm not in Zimbabwe. Ndinobatwa seishwa. If I go that side, vapana va ED na ED imondi. M23 is taking charge in DRC. Government soldiers are joining M23. Yes, that's true. Mkoma Tafa. You send them there to SS soldiers in DRC for them to make those girls pregnant. Yes, and God bless President Chiwenga. Who's that? Bridget. You say God bless President Chiwenga. And then Friday, yakadarika Mkoma Gambakwe. Yes, yakadarika. So let me take you through what is going to happen, guys. What is going to happen is we're going to grind towards what is going to happen. So we're going to go slowly. Then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to see the things that I've been explaining to you happening. So let me take you through the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that for the next 10 years, we have the army or the military very strong. That is the period of the military up to 2035. Between 2035 and 2040, you're going to have a fresh election. New people are going to rise to take over politically in the opposition. So politics is going to shift. It's not longer going to be Chamisa and Mnangagwa. There are new people that are coming that are going to take over in both sides. So eventually you're going to, you see the way Geza rose. Geza is now a figure. If Geza today says, let's have a strike, it's going to happen. 2 months ago, the only person who could cause a strike was Chamisa. Today, if Geza comes out and says, Ndakupa signal, there's going to be a demonstration. So things are changing. It's no longer about personalities. It's about what needs to be done. So people are ready. The ground is ready. Chiwenga, a year ago, was somewhere floating. Right now, he's firmly the next president of Zimbabwe. So you're going to have Chiwenga, supported by the military, getting into office and running for the next 10 years up to 2035. However, in the short term, what you're going to see is Mnangagwa trying to stage a fight back. So the last kicks are very dangerous. You're going to see what is called the last kicks of Mnangagwa. He's going to fire people. He's going to throw a tantrum. He's going to try to push back. But that is short term. However, I believe that by the 18th of April, so today is 24th of February, that is in about 65 days, you are going to have clarity on what is happening. But in between, there's going to be a lot of fighting. There's going to be a lot of pushing. And eventually, Chiwenga and Mnangagwa are going to publicly fight each other. So you're going to see the army speaking. You're going to see Mnangagwa and Chiwenga publicly fighting each other. You're going to see Chiwenga being fired. Then whatever happens should happen. And Chiwenga will eventually take over. Those events are still coming. Unfortunately, they're not going to happen in order. So sometimes you see one thing happening before another thing happens. So don't blame me if the army puts out tanks and I don't know about it. I tell you that the army has put out tanks. It's not in my knowledge that the army is going to put out tanks today. So that is why you get confused to say the army has put out tanks. Does it mean that they're not going to remove him today? That's another permutation. And it's very important for you to understand. But what is clear is that we're in a change season. Things are going to change. And a lot of people are afraid. Right now, everyone on Mnangagwa's side is very afraid. They're afraid of losing. They're afraid of being killed. Most of them have left the country. They're no longer there. Mnangagwa is not safe anywhere he goes. And his family is in a very deep crisis as we speak. If you see Mnangagwa's family right now, they are no longer living like presidents. They are living like fugitives. They are checking on each other every moment, which is very, very sad. Unfortunately, Mnangagwa is very stubborn and eventually is going to cause his family problems. You can't fight the army. It's not possible. You never win. You cannot win against the army. It's not possible. And the army is stronger than Mnangagwa. The army is big. The army is a structure that lasts for years and years. No matter what Mnangagwa thinks right now, the military is always stronger than Mnangagwa. It's not possible for you to be stronger than the military. So that is what Mnangagwa should understand, that the military is stronger than him. And he can't force the military's hand. It's the other way around. Military, if they decide to come out today, they can squash Mnangagwa like a fly. There's nothing he can do. He's a person, just one person. So he needs to think deeply before he makes these silly decisions that he's making and trying to be stronger than he actually is. And just the command right now, the command is saving Mnangagwa. They are very calm and collected. And just to give you a hint, I do talk to guys in security structures. I do talk to guys in war veterans. I do talk to people within ZANU-PF and outside. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that Mnangagwa is gone. So don't have the doubt. I don't have a doubt. I know that Mnangagwa is gone. It's just a matter of time. And Mnangagwa knows it where he is. He is just waiting to embarrass himself if he prolongs the situation. He's going to embarrass himself very, very badly. Right. I think I've covered everything. I can't answer all the questions in the comments right now, but obviously I have to keep you within the understanding of the bigger picture. Understand the bigger picture. Mnangagwa is a man who left, even if he was to continue, he's left with 2 years in office. So Mnangagwa is no one right now. The next person is General Chiwenga, and Chiwenga will be president by the end of April. You're going to see a Chiwenga president's and inauguration over there. What is that going to look like? I've talked about it in the past. Go and look at video right in the past about the third force. If you guys remember when I was talking about the third force, you remember the third force. Now you see the third force. And I would like to appreciate my brother here, one of the people that saved my life when I was just about to die. I remember the day when I was about to die, and he gave me his last 2 pills. Do you guys remember that? Mnangagwa Church reality check. Thank you very much for everything that you've done for all of us. Because otherwise, do you know that this week, Gambakwe has had more views in 1 week than what we have had in the whole year. That is amazing. And that is because obviously Starlink has brought in a lot of people on the Zimbabwe internet. I anticipate right now that we've got at least 200 to 300,000 rural people that are now on the internet in Zimbabwe. Right, I think I've covered everything. Let us recap and then bring this an end. We say that Mnangagwa is traveling to Beitbridge today. He's going to be opening a plant, a coal and coke and chrome and stainless steel plant. So this plant here is expected to be opened today. It's going to be supplying electricity using the coal from Thule mines, and security from Mnangagwa is becoming a very big issue because of threats that he received last month from war veterans based in Beitbridge. They said Mnangagwa should not come here because of 2030. So we're watching very closely what is going to happen to Mnangagwa now that he's going to Beitbridge. However, he's traveling with General Chiwenga today. So what is going to happen? How is the security arrangements going to happen here for Mnangagwa? Is he going to fly in and out? Is he going to tour the Beitbridge city? Is that going to be safe for him? And what is going to happen to Mnangagwa? Very, very interesting to see. Today is a very, very important day for us all. This was the construction only 2 months ago, and they've moved very fast. The Chinese Xintai Corporation, they're over here, and the whole Palm River Energy Industrial Park is going to be a 3.6 billion project. This started long, long back. I passed here a few years ago, and this is a project that started during the Mugabe era. So making progress with the Chinese, but what is going to happen today? That is very, very important. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you again in the evening as I give you updates. If you see me in the afternoon, it means something big has happened. But otherwise, I'll see you today at 10 minutes past 9. And today we're going to be joined by some guests from the military. Thank you very much for watching. And